Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Movie Roundup. First I'm going to go over the Oscars, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of movies that I watched recently. Let's start off with the Oscars. Parasite won 4 of the big major awards, and it was very well deserved. Best Picture was a surprise to me, but it was a pleasant surprise to the much predictable 2020 Oscars. Now, speaking of the award ceremony itself, it was dull, cheesy, and not very entertaining. Especially when you put in mind that this year had the Best Picture nominees. Everything from Jojo Rabbit to Marriage Story had the potential to elevate this Oscar season to something far much better than what we got. But on the plus side, many celebs had priceless reactions that will definitely be memed to death on Instagram. The red carpet honestly had the best moments, from Timothée Chalamet and Margot Robbie to the very adorable Jojo Rabbit kids who seemed like they were having the most fun on the red carpet. To wrap it all up really quickly, I just wanted to say that I agreed with a lot of the choices the Oscar made, but I also think that Klaus should have won Best Picture. I mean, no hate on Toy Story 4, but I think Klaus was the better movie. I also think the Harriet song was phenomenal, and I think that was the best performance in the entire Oscar ceremony. And the Janelle Monáe performance did not feel prestigious enough to be an opening sequence or opening number for the Oscars itself. So that is a little bit of criticism. And yeah, let's move on to the movies. Let's start off with Little Women. When I first saw the trailer, I thought someone must have gone to the Oscars last year and plucked out all the young Hollywood talent, threw them in a young adult love triangle disguised as a period piece drama. But then I remembered Lady Bird was a good movie, and all of these actors are actually very good. So I went and watched it and loved the movie. I think everyone needs to give this one a try, and I give this movie 9 out of 10 pews. This is how I'm going to rate movies from now on. And now let's move on to Jojo Rabbit. Taika Waititi, in my opinion, is one of the best comedians, period. And this movie is the proof, because he managed to handle a very sensitive subject in a way no one else would. In a time where many might consider it to be one of the worst times in history, he also understands when to shift the tone, and this movie does that very effectively, which in my opinion is why it got nominated for an Oscar. And my rating for this movie is 8 out of 10 pews. Still going with the pews. And now, moving away from the Oscar-nominated movies to really the first big blockbuster movie in 2020, Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, or the Suicide Squad sequel, or Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, whatever you want to call it. To be honest, a lot of people think that DC has been going on the right track recently, and personally I think it still is. Birds of Prey was the delightful character design from Suicide Squad with a little bit of Deadpool charm and a very delicious egg sandwich. To be honest, I don't think the R rating itself was necessary, and the ending was a little bit mishandled, rushed, and not quite as entertaining as the rest of the movie. But in conclusion, I just think this was an entertaining movie. It did what it was supposed to do. I'm excited for the Batman and the Suicide Squad, which will also feature Harley Quinn. I applaud DC for taking risks and letting their directors envision new kinds and types of movies. And I think the only mistake they did was the R rating. Limiting themselves really hurt this movie box office wise, and therefore the movie might not actually be remembered as a success in the DC universe. But I liked it. My rating for the Birds of Prey is 6 out of 10 pews. Now, for the worst movie I saw in the past month or so, Dolittle. Hear me out. I know I'm not the target demographic for such a movie, but I did watch Dora the Explorer in 2019, and that is based on a show for very little kids. And I still understood what the movie was going for, and I enjoyed my time watching it, but this was not the case for Dolittle. Dolittle seemed like they shot half of the script and then decided to stitch it together and then tried to sell it to us as a Sherlock Holmes adventure for kids, and that was not the case. I'm sorry, Robert Downey Jr. I love you 3000. Hey guys, this is the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It gets me off the couch. I'm just gonna end the video with a couple movies that I'm excited for that are coming out in March, and see you hopefully next week. I left the movie in love with Florence Pugh.